is good, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Baruch, and welcome to the WrestleMayo channel, and welcome to episode 1 of our playthrough of Journey of Wrestling. Journey of Wrestling is an online fantasy booking GM game that I have been playing since high school, and I've been wanting to do a video series on for a long time. So now that I'm starting this YouTube channel, might as well get it started. We play through multiple scenarios of wrestling, of different time periods and companies and stuff like that, and book the best rosters and stuff. So today we usually play the modern wrestling scenario, which is updated almost on the daily on this game. And today the starting company, instead of being like all the regular ones, we're going to go TNA on this one. TNA, one of my favorite companies to watch. I've been watching since about 2007, and I wanted to do something different because the landscape of wrestling is crazy at the moment. Like in the Fed, The Rock joined the board of directors. Tony Khan's still on his BS with the random announcements and stuff like that. New Japan, Tanahashi's president. And TNA, they just recently fired Scott D'Amore as president. So in this playthrough, I will be taking over as the new president of TNA, and I will be drafting the best roster, and booking the best shows to try to compete with New Japan, WWE, and AEW. There's a boatload of companies I can compete with. Like, they updated a lot with the current wrestling scene. Like, you got Rev Pro, NWA, Defy and Progress mashed together, MLW, WXW, even like Noah Stardom, Tokyo Joshi Pro, all of those. So I say we get into it. We're gonna run weekly shows. They give, like, at the start they give you 2, but we can change of how many weekly shows we do before the pay-per-views. But I'm gonna change it up to 4 so we can do a whole cycle at least. We're going to draft up this roster, like I said. We're going to come up with the best roster of all the best wrestlers in the world from all over the place for this new TNA. And yeah, we are about to get into this and make TNA hopefully the #1 promotion in the world. So let's get up into this. Let's not waste any more time. Even though this game does have pretty long loading times. On occasions, they do have pretty long loading times. But see that? Here we are, immediately getting into the draft. Superstars from excuse me, damn. Superstars from all main rosters are eligible. The first draft selection is chosen at random. You're required to draft a minimum of 10 superstars, but we're going to draft at most, like, the main thing I'm going to do, maybe 30, manual picks and then simulate the rest. I would say 30, but we'll see how it goes. Draft ends when no more superstars are available or you clicked end draft. Any superstars not picked will be sent to the indies and all championships are vacated. This is a whole reset of the pro wrestling scene, and we are just drafting as many great wrestlers as we can. So I say let's get up into this, and we are starting off with the No Surrender pay-per-view, and it's fitting because the No Surrender pay-per-view is coming up for TNA. So I'm trying to kick this as consistent with the TNA schedule. And yeah, let's get up into this. So the #1 pick goes to WWE, and they choose Charlotte Flair. That go crazy. Charlotte Flair, who supposedly out with injury, but she's still active, so we don't know, IRL. AEW picked Jon Moxley, securing their #1 guy. And now it's up to me to make my first pick. We're going 3rd. So, my #1 pick, and right there, the hottest free agent in the world at the moment, who seems to be signing with AEW IRL, but he's signing with TNA. He's swerving everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Kazuchika Okada, the Rainmaker, is coming to the Impact Zone as #1. And New Japan picks the Tribal Chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns. Then in the second round, WWE take Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, and AEW take Hollywood Rock. So screw the TKO board. He's doing that while wrestling for the other side. I don't know how they're going to feel about that one. But anyways, let's move on to our second pick. And as you can see, there's a lot of part-timers, retired wrestlers, and injured wrestlers, as you can see. Kenny Omega currently out injured, but I'm going to wait for him because we don't know when he'll be back. Ooh. What's Randy Orton doing in the Impact Zone? Actually, I'm going to get my first knockouts pick, actually, here, even though Randy is a good pick. I'm going to get my first knockouts pick, and it's going to be Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is coming to TNA, and New Japan takes John Cena. WWE in round 3 take Randy Orton as always. And AEW takes Seth Rollins. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I was kind of eyeing Seth Rollins for my TNA roster, too. I was eyeing him pretty heavy. So next up, I would take President Tanahashi. I could take the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion IRL Tetsuya Naito. But to finish the story... Actually, no. Actually, no. I saw his... No. I was looking forward to... He was actually going to be my number one pick. This guy right here, Will Ospreay, another hot free agent. I got to capitalize on all the good free agents as I can. So let me get Will Ospreay, who just recently left New Japan. I have to finish that 5-on-5 steel cage match of United Empire versus Bullet Club War Dogs, because that match is getting really good. I still got to go back and finish it. And New Japan re-signs their president, Hiroshi Tanahashi. Round 4, WWE pick up Bayley, and AEW take Bianca Belair. So I'm going to be alternated between like my knockouts picks and my men's picks and stuff. So my next pick, got a good amount of options. We're just going through, and I'm also gonna make sure to get a lot of like the the current IRL TNA guys on there too, to give it that to keep the TNA feel in there. So my next pick, a lot of high popularity guys up there. They're just going mainly by popularity for the list of picks here. So my next pick after Ospreay, I'm gonna go with, and screw it, I know she's out injured, but it seems she's about to sign with AEW. We're gonna take Mercedes Moné. I mean, Rollins is out injured and AEW picked him up. I like how they got Rollins and Moxley, but New Japan takes Roman Reigns, and New Japan gets Kenny Omega back. In round 5, WWE take Matthew Jackson, one half of the corporate elite, the corporate Bucks. And AEW signed Cody Rhodes back. Is Cody Rhodes actually going to finish the story over there? Is he going to be the world champion? We'll find out. But coming up next in round 5, my 5th round pick, I'm officially making. I'm going to get another women's pick here. I'm going to get another knockout here. And I'm going to go with Mickie James. Got to get the legend Mickie James in. One of the greatest knockouts in history. Round 6. Oh, wait. No. Actually, New Japan take Drew McIntyre at the end of round 5. Okay. Then, in round 6, WWE take Tetsuya Naito, and AEW take Nicholas Jackson. So we split up the Young Bucks, going to different promotions. And next up, my next pick, coming to TNA, the walking weapon, the modern day Perk Angle, Josh Alexander. And New Japan takes Switchblade Jay White. Ooh. I was low-key thinking about trying to form the Bang Bang Gang in TNA, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. In round 7, WWE take Hangman Page, and AEW re-sign Adam Copeland. Interesting picks there. No, I'm not going for all like the big names like CM Punk and MJF and stuff like that. I could go with MJF, but he's currently out injured. I'm going for all the good active guys that I can get right now. Like, for example, I'm mainly thinking of picking between... Ooh. You know what? I gotta get a TNA original in. And either way, one of these guys is gonna go. And then I might come back for Alex Shelley if he doesn't get picked. So I'm going to play the safe game, and I'm going to go... Not the safe game. I'm going to go with one of my favorite TNA wrestlers of all time, Samoa Joe. And New Japan, it takes AJ Styles. I had a feeling that was going to happen. And WWE take Alex Shelley. Damn. But AEW signed Shingo Takagi. Ooh, those are some good ones there. See, that's the thing about it. If you have a couple people in mind, there's a good risk of a couple of them getting taken. And to get back on that TNA field, my next pick is going to be the IRL TNA World Champion Moose. One of my favorite wrestlers in the world right now. New Japan takes Ric Flair. The Woo Energy sponsoring from Bushiroad go crazy. WWE takes Adam Cole back, so are we getting an Undisputed Era reunion? We'll see. And AEW re-signed CM Punk. Try not to punch somebody in the face backstage when you come back, but we'll see. Next up in round 9, TNA will draft for the Knockouts division the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. And New Japan takes Finn Balor, who is going to be my next pick, honestly. They take Britt Baker, WWE, so Adam Cole gets to keep his girl, at least. And MJF re-signs with AEW, as a lot of people are more than likely predicting IRL. So moving on, my 10th pick going forward. Gunta, deringen al Gunta, raspastisra. New Japan take main event Jey Uso, WWE re-sign Rey Mysterio, and AEW take Carmelo Hayes. Those are some interesting picks there. So, for round 11 on our side, my next pick, I'm going to make it a Knockouts division pick, and the first name I see is Mommy Rhea Ripley, so I will gladly take Mommy as New Japan takes Braun Breaker in round 11. So for round 12, WWE re-signed Christian. They better give him that waterproof blonde theme back. And AEW signed Kota Ibushi. Interesting picks there. Braun Breaker would go crazy in New Japan. I could see him in like a Bullet Club or like a fucking United Empire or some shit like that. But anyways, round 12. Next up, my next pick is going to be... Ooh, back to the TNA fields. I'm actually make this another Knockouts pick, and I'm going to pick the woman that just made an appearance in WWE's Royal Rumble, their IRL Knockouts champion, Jordynne Grace. So yes, I have both the IRL World Champion and the IRL Knockouts Champion. New Japan take LA Knight. Okay, that's interesting. That is very, very interesting. Then WWE in round 13 take Trick Williams. Trick Willie, whoop that trick. What? Whoop that trick. Yeah, whoop that trick. Whoop that trick. I like it. Oh yeah, man. Booker T is the absolute GOAT. Absolute GOAT on commentary. Yes. And AEW takes James Storm the Cowboy. That's another TNA original that I could have picked up. So, round 13, lucky number 13. Next pick. Keep it TNA original. OG homie Chris Sabin. We couldn't get Alex Shelley, but we'll get Chris Sabin. New Japan takes Ilya Dragunov. Dragunov would be a perfect fit for freaking New Japan in that style. Him going up against the likes of freaking, like, who's the best hard-hitting guys that you still have in New Japan right now? Guys like Suzuki, I think he's still on the roster. Like, guys like, Hanare. I saw him and Gabe Kidd just beat the piss out of each other on a Road 2 show recently. And those two go crazy, honestly. So... Those matches would go ham. Like, just any hard-hitting guy on the roster against Dragunov would be an absolute dream. And then in round 14, WWE draft Tama Tonga, who I think recently became a free agent, and AEW select Kofi Kingston. That is very interesting. So next up, round 14, surprisingly, Steve Maclin's still on the board. I might scoop back up and get him. But my next pick, since Sami Zayn, my boy Sami. New Japan take Io Sky for their Joshi division. WWE signed Eddie Edwards. And AEW signed Big E. They get 2/3 of the New Day. That goes crazy. 2/3 of the New Day going to AEW. That is interesting. And I also do want to make sure I sign some tag teams as well. So any tag team guys I see, I will get. So they're good for starting off their tag division by getting the New Day. So I believe, what pick is this actually? Pick 15. So Eddie Edwards, round 15, Eddie Edwards to WWE, Big E to AEW. So... next up, who am I interested in signing at the moment? Ooh, a lot of interesting options. Yep, I gotta lock down a tag team, so I gotta lock down my favorite tag team in the world right now. Let me get FTR. Let me start off with Dax Harwood. New Japan takes Kevin Owens. That's a strong sacrifice. WWE re-signed Sheamus. That's a sacrifice because I was eyeing him too. And AEW signed Sonata. Interesting. So let me go ahead and pick up next. Since I got Dax, I gotta get Cash. Let me get Cash Wheeler. Boom. New Japan signed Bobby Lashley. Then in round 17, they sign Jim Uso. WWE signs Jimmy Uso. And AEW signs Jushin Thunder Liger, the absolute freaking legend, 11-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. That stat still amazes me to this day. Anyways, next up, I'm going to make this a knockouts pick, and I'm going to go back up here. I'm going to pick Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan coming to TNA would go crazy. New Japan signed Paul Levesque. Oh my god. Oh my lord, the King of Kings. The King of Kings. So, he's working as both Chief Content Officer, Head of WWE Creative, and he's wrestling for New Japan. Yo, the New Japan WWE working relationship better go crazy since they both have Tanahashi and Triple H. That'll go crazy. Then in round 18, WWE signed The Miz and AEW take... Fuck Hulk Hogan. Fuck Hulk Hogan. Fuck Hulk Hogan. Y'all can have him. Y'all can have him. If Kofi and E don't beat the shit out of Hogan, we got an issue. If Kofi, E, and Carmelo Hayes don't beat the shit out of Hogan, we got an issue. I don't know why the hell they drafted Hogan, but that's them. That's them. But up next, round 18, my next pick. I might scoop back up for picks like Steve Macklin or Mandy Rose, but this next pick I'm actually going to make Solo! Had to scoop up Solo! New Japan take back Shinsuke Nakamura, and in round 19, Lyra Valkyria resigns to WWE, and Trish Stratus goes to AEW, the absolute legend that is Trish Stratus. I mean, my nigga YNRD thinks she's overrated, but, I mean, I still have respect for her. Anyways, up next, round 19. Okay, interesting options going around. Ooh, I gotta get him. He's an obvious on my roster. Let me get Swerve Strickland. Garments, top rope, catch a vibe, catch a foot when I drive. Big pressure, I arrive in the ring. You won't survive. Yeah, I swerve when I drive. Yeah, I swerve when I drive. Yeah, I swerve when I drive. Defeating me, you lost your mind. Hey. Swerve, one of my favorite wrestlers in the world right now. Like, if I had to think of a top 5 of my favorite wrestlers in the world currently, Bryan Danielson, Seth Rollins, Swerve Strickland, those would definitely be my top 3. Gunther and Moose. Those would be my top 5 in the world right now. But anyways, pick number 20 on our hand as WWE re-signed Braun Strowman and AEW extend the career of the legend, the icon. It's Sting! Honestly, Tony Schiavone, you stole that from me because I was saying Sting like that since 2015. 2015, I was saying it like that. I was in that huge reaction when it was that episode of Raw when Seth Rollins was supposed to get that statue after he beat John Cena to win the U.S. title at SummerSlam, right? And he was also the WWE champion. It was supposed to be the statue, the curtain comes up, I see this nigga Sting, I'm like, Sting! So yes, he got it for me. Tony Schiavone got it for me. But all due respect, Tony Schiavone, absolute legend on commentary. But anyways, my 20th pick, I gotta make it a good one for round 20. For round 20, it's gonna be a huge pick here. This is the options of picks that I'm afraid of missing out on because in a perfect world, I'd get 3 of these. Like, I'd want to get all of them in a row. Like, especially like Takeshita, Claudio, Malachi Black, and Shibata, and Eddie Kingston. Oh my god. Another set of my favorite wrestlers out there. So, for who I want right now, I'm gonna take the young gun, the alpha, Konosuke Takeshita for my 20th. as New Japan takes Pac at the end of that one. Then WWE signed Orange Cassidy. I had to let him go. I had to let him go. And AEW takes back JB Heater, so she'll be back when she's fully recovered from her injury. Then round 21. So for round 21, I'm going to make it another knockouts pick, and I will sign Hikaru Shida to, keep building up my knockouts division. New Japan signed Darby Allin. And then in round 22, WWE take back Jeff Hardy with the No More Words theme. He better be getting back. And then AEW re-signed Claudio Castagnoli. See how it'd be like that, like I said? So next up, my next pick. I feel like if I pick one, the other one's going to go. I mean, I do have 3 that I want to get in a row. But we'll get there when we get there. Fuck Logan Paul. I'm not drafting him. Ronda Rousey, I'm good on. I'm going to make it a knockouts pick, and I'm going to go with Mandy Rose, actually, because she's been on the board for a good minute. So I'm going to take Mandy Rose on this one. New Japan signed Logan Paul. WWE get Malachi Black. That's what I was afraid of. I was kind of aiming for him next. And then AEW re-signed Mark Briscoe. So it was either going to be him or my next pick. Ooh. Well, wait. It also leaves... Oh, he's still on the board. And Eddie Kingston. It's mainly between those two right now. Ricky Starks or Eddie Kingston. I do want another hard hitter on my roster, but Ricky Starks in TNA, that's just a great vibe, a great feel. Absolute Ricky Starks in TNA. I'm actually going with Ricky Starks. I'm gonna go with Ricky Starks on this one. If Eddie Kingston doesn't get drafted, I'm getting him next. Yep, he goes to New Japan, like I thought. It's because I was eyeing them both too long. This game might be smart. This game might be watching me. This game might be watching my picks, low key. So, Ricky Starks goes to TNA, and that was my 23 pick. That was my Jordan pick. Ricky Starks, I got to do something with him. And Eddie Kingston goes to New Japan, absolute perfect fit. WWE signed Katsuyori Shibata next up, while AEW signed Steve Macklin in round 24. Interesting. Macklin, former Impact World Champion. Could have went and picked him up. I don't feel like getting Jericho, honestly. I don't feel like getting Jericho. Big Man Wardlow. That's a solid ass pick, actually. Let me get Wardlow next up. New Japan signed El Desperado. I was kind of aiming for him next. WWE bring back Rob Van Dam. Let's go, Rob Van Dam. One of the GOATs, bro. And Kenta goes to AEW. And since New Japan took El Desperado, we're getting into that list of picks that I was also trying to get from the New Japan side of things. But now, I saw the one name that I need to get, and I'm gonna get him. It's Zack Sabre Jr. Let me get Zack Sabre Jr. right there. Dangerous Techers out here, baby! And New Japan side, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Oh, hell yeah! That goes crazy. WWE signed Tomohiro Ishii. They got my dude Ishii. Oh my god, my guy No Neck Ishii going to WWE. About to drop people on their necks with that brainbuster. And then the ticking time bomb Hiromu Takahashi goes to AEW. Very interesting selection here. We're getting into round 26. I think at 30, I'm probably going to sim the rest of the draft. Now we're getting back into the TNA feel of things. Oh, wait. No, don't. Ooh, Rich Swann. Nah, I gotta get Speedball. Let me get Speedball. Let me get my guy Speedball. Speedball Mike Bailey immediately coming to TNA. Ooh, Rosemary was gonna be my next pick. Oh, but New Japan signs Chris Jericho at the end of round 26. Round 27, Shirai goes back to WWE. Probably gonna be renamed Paige again. And Rosemary goes to AEW. I was kind of hoping to get her. But I'm going to get another X Division guy because I saw him here. Where he at? Oh, yep, Rich Swann. Rich homie Swann. Let me get him. Gail Kim goes to New Japan. Rhino goes to WWE. And Bret Hart goes to AEW. Of course, it's Punk's already there. The big Punk guy. CM Punk, the big Bret Hart guy. I could see a team of Punk and Bret Hart going after the tag titles. That would go crazy. So for round 28, my next pick... I'm gonna need another knockout, so let me get Tasha Steelz. Tasha Steele's a former Knockouts World Champion in her own right. New Japan take Trey Miguel. He would be a great junior heavyweight champion. I was going to aim for him next to build up my X Division. Kane goes back to WWE, and Matt Hardy resigns with AEW. Okay. 29. Round 29. I need some good motherfuckers on this roster. Oh! Actually, next 2 picks I'm locking down a tag team. Let me get GYV. I'm going to start off with James Drake. Kazarian goes to New Japan. And then in round 30, Kurt Angle goes back to WWE, and Jeff Cobb goes to AEW. But for me, I already know who the hell I want next. Where are you at, Zach Gibson, Liverpool's #1? Get over here and come to TNA. Ace Austin goes to New Japan. Chris Bay goes to WWE. So they split up the ABC. I was kind of eyeing them next. And then Great O'Khan goes to AEW. So Jeff Cobb and Great O'Khan, you have a tag team right there. I mean, former IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. Crowns up for the United Empire, boys. Alright, even though I do have their leader in Ospreay. Let me see who I want next on this roster. I did say I was going to send them at 30, but I'm actually going to go up to like maybe 40 or 50. And then just send the rest of the draft. So, let's go. Who's next on the list? If I see people like Francisco Akira, I'm grabbing them. And TJP, because that's another tag team I want. Ooh, Trent Seven. Trent Seven and Kushida are up there. Ooh, another hot free agent. Let me grab him real quick. Mustafa Ali. And I already see the guy above him. I might grab him. But we'll see. Zach Wentz goes to New Japan, so they have a tag team now. They have the Rascals. That's crazy. Alex Hammerstone signs with WWE, that big yoked freak. Of course he signed with the Fed. And PCO goes to AEW. He's not human, so let's see how Tony Khan can book somebody who isn't human. Next up, my next pick, fuck Finley. I'm sorry. Fuck David Finley. Let me get... You know what? Since I see him on the roster, I'll scoop him up. And I'm saying this now. Fuck Dolph Ziggler. All my homies hate Dolph Ziggler. But we fuck with Nick Nemeth. That's our next pick coming to TNA. Kushida goes to New Japan. That's smart. Trent Seven goes to AEW. And Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner's going back to the Fed. Holy shit. This is about to be based. WWE low-key looking based over there, bro. Alright, pick 33 on our end. Let me see if I can find any other interesting picks. Bojack, big DPW guy. You know me. You know me. Big DPW guy over here. The Legend Tajiri. The Legend Tajiri, the professional low-key. You know what? No, since he's on the board, let me bring him back to TNA. The professional, low-key, coming back to TNA. New Japan takes lead in round 33. Then in 34, WWE signed Unbreakable Michael Elgin, and AEW take Kylan King. Very interesting picks there. So next up, I think I might get another women's pick here. Sari's on the board. Momoe Nakanishi. Holiday. Tara. Oh, dang. Cassie Lee. OG Chris Hero. See, now we're getting into, like, deep territories here. Another tag team I can lock down. But I'm going to search for a good women's pick for the Knockouts division. Shayna's a good option. Choking chicks out in TNA. Dakota Kai. It's probably going to be between Dakota Kai or Shayna Baszler. And I think I might go Dakota Kai on this one. Yeah, I'm going to go Dakota Kai. New Japan take David Finlay. You can have your little war dogs, your little bitch boy club. Have fun with that. Then in round 35, WWE take Brian Myers. Kurt Hawkins is back. And AEW signs Sari, formerly Saray in WWE. So let's see who is on the board now that I'm interested in. Ooh, another TNA OG in Austin Aries. Actually, let me bring him in. I'm going to bring in Austin Aries, the greatest man that ever lived, one of my favorite TNA wrestlers of all time. New Japan take Batista. New Japan takes Batista. That goes absolutely hard. Absolutely hard. And then In round 36, Vicky Guerrero goes to WWE. Excuse me! Probably to be a general manager or something like that. And The Undertaker is going to AEW. Hell has officially frozen over on Earth. I have no words to describe that pick, but let's move on. Round 36. I'm gonna get another tag team here, and why not? I'm either gonna lock down. I'm gonna try to lock down both teams here. So I'm gonna start with at least Tez. Enzo goes to fucking New Japan. Yes, stay away. No, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I tried doing this before, and I did this roster before, and Enzo wound up on my roster like multiple times. Why I didn't want Enzo. But anyways, Tajiri goes to WWE and Ronda Rousey goes to AEW. Interesting. Now, next up, so I can lock down at least the good members of the teams. Let me get Chad Gable. Boom. Savio Vega goes to New Japan on that one. And then in round 38, Jazzy Gabbard goes to WWE. I remember her from the Mae Young Classic. I believe the first Mae Young Classic. And Tully Blanchard going back to AEW. He'd be interesting. So now that I got Tez and Gable, I can go in and try to get... I'm going to make this work. I'm getting Dawkins. Gangrel goes to New Japan. Then in round 39... Momoe Nakanishi goes to WWE, and Shelton Benjamin goes to AEW. That was a solid pick for AEW there. Shelton Benjamin, hella underrated wrestler. One of the most underrated wrestlers of my childhood, Shelton Benjamin. So yes, we have officially locked down 2 picks because I'm getting noticed, baby. Let's get it. We got at least 4 tag teams on this. Oh, I missed out on Chris Hero. But it is what it is. I can miss out on him because I think he's a part-timer. I had Chris Hero before he was a part-timer. I think he had like 1 appearance on his contract when I signed him, so it's like you have to use him sparingly unless you can extend his contract. And for round 40, they get Xavier Woods, WWE, and Cassie Lee goes to AEW, one half of the Inspiration. So now my round 40, I need a good pick, and a really good pickup for this spread. Ooh, I might go like 10 more picks before I sim the rest. But I'm going to make sure I get a good amount of names. And I'm going to bring back Killer Cross, actually. I'm going to bring back Killer Cross. Karrion Cross, Killer Cross, don't matter. Because he had the potential to be a world champion in Impact TNA. And they never capitalized it. So I might put him in that world title scene for the most part. Eric goes to New Japan. Alexa Bliss resigns with WWE. And Carmella goes to AEW. That's round 41. Next up, let me get Bojack, actually. Let me get Bojack. Big DPW guy. Got to get the big man Bojack in there. Ivar, so they have the Viking Raiders. I had a feeling Ivar was going to get picked. Ivar was still on the board somewhere, but at least they got Eric, and I'm like, if they get Ivar, they can solidify a tag team right there. Boom. So there you go. And in round 42, WWE signed Bully Ray. They never got the chance to do the Bully Ray gimmick in WWE, so now they get the chance to do now. And they signed the Advocate, the Wise Man, Paul Heyman, AEW. So he's going to have the Dangerous Alliance in AEW sounds immediately crazy. So next up, I'm going to go and I'm going to find me another tag team. And the first name I see is Julius Creed. So let me go ahead and try and lock down the Creed brothers while New Japan gets Mark Henry. And in round 43, MVP resigns with WWE, and Holodead goes to AEW. So now that I have Julius, let me go and pick up... Where are you, Big Brutus? Big Brutus Creed. Here you go. Natalia goes to New Japan. Shayna Baszler goes back to the Fed. And Baron Corbin goes to AEW. He's burning the ships on the other side. That is a weird one to see. Ooh, another good knockouts. Ooh, I do need a good knockouts pick. And the free agent from NWA, Camille the Brickhouse. The Brickhouse Camille, who I see, she's got a pretty lethal spear. Tara, formerly Victoria, she goes to New Japan. Chris Harris, the Wildcat, old man Wildcat Chris Harris goes to WWE, and Ricochet goes to AEW. And there was a name I saw there before this, so I'm going to pick him up. Actually, you know what? Since I had the chance, I'm going to lock down one more tag team. Let me start off with Tommaso Ciampa. I'm going to get DIY and TNA. DIY and TNA. Raquel Rodriguez goes to New Japan, and in round 46, Shawn Michaels re-signs with WWE, and Omos signed the contract. Omos signed the contract, but he's not with the Fed. It's with Tony Khan. That genuinely got it. That genuinely got it. Anyways, let's move on. Up next, like I said, I did get Ciampa. Let me get Gargano, and we have secured DIY. Let's go. JC Jane goes to New Japan for the IWGP Joshi division. Scarlett resigns to WWE, and Big Bronson Reed. Oh, I was thinking about bringing him back because he had a pretty fun run in Impact 2. His match with Josh Alexander, pretty hard hitting. Pretty hard hitting. And then his run in New Japan where he beat Okada goes crazy before he went back to WWE. So anyways, that was pick 46 for me as Gargano. Now round 47. This will be my last 3-4-ish picks before I send the rest of the draft. For the Knockouts division, I'm going to go Gigi or Blair. I'm going to go with Gigi for now. I'm going to get Blair next. Maybe Joe Gacy. Santos Escobar goes... Oh, apologies for the phlegm in my throat. I had to clear my throat for a second. Santos Escobar goes to New Japan. And in round 48, oh my god. The man currently getting the Benoit treatment. I mean, we can say his name, Brock Lesnar. I mean, we know why he's getting the Benoit treatment at the moment. But I guess WWE is going to re-sign him. And Joe Gacy goes to AEW. I was kind of eyeing him too, because he was doing that little, kind of Mick Foley thing in NXT, which is interesting. The next up, I'm going to do another Knockouts pick, because I saw her there. Let me get Blair Davenport. Miko Satomura goes to New Japan. Okay. WWE re-signed Tony D'Angelo. In round 49, and they signed my boy J.D. McDonough, who actually just won a match on Raw at the time of this recording. Fine a freaking Lee. But here we go. My last two picks before I simulate them. Before I sim the rest of the draft, I'm gonna go through. I'm actually looking through for these last couple, and I'm gonna see if I can get some good ones here. Ooh, yeah. Now I can really look through and see who I want. I could solidify one more team. I could get some of the guys that I wish I could get. Ooh. See, now I really had to look through for a lot of these. And after 50, I am making the sacrifice. Old man murder grandpa. I see Francisco Akira. I see Giselle Shaw, Killer Kelly. Now we're getting into more the TNA guys that I missed out on before. Eric Young, Oleg Prudius. Oh my goodness. Rin Katakura, go crazy. AC Romero, AC baby. ACH. Names I haven't seen in a minute. Breeze, Tennille Dashwood, Madman Fulton. That go crazy. Kenny King. Sexy Eddie. Sean Spears, Shotzi. I could lock Imperium. You know what? Fuck it. I'm locking down Imperium. I'm locking down Imperium for the last two. I'm locking down Imperium. It's a sacrifice, but I'm locking down Imperium. Roxanne Perez goes to New Japan. And then for the 50th pick, Wesley goes to WWE. And AEW signed Dirty Dominic. That goes crazy. Where did Rey Mysterio go? Did he go to AEW? Or did he re-sign with the Fed? Because I think I saw Rey get picked. I swear I saw Rey get picked at some point. Now I'm looking back through. I'm thinking on AEW's roster or New Japan. Now I'm really looking through at everybody's roster right now. So, yeah, Rey went to the Fed while Dominic's going to AEW. So he does not want to be near his father. He signs with the other side. And for my last pick before I sim the rest, I got Ludwig Kaiser. So let me lock down one more tag team and get Giovanni Vinci. Where are you? Where are you, Vinci? Where are you, Vinci? Don't. Come on. Come on. Where are you at? I know I'm missing out on my guys like Daniel Garcia. I let Orange Cassidy go to the wayside. Not really, but yeah, I think he went to the Fed. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you, Vinci? There you are. And there you go. So now I have a full stable of Imperium, which is absolutely lovely. So, and Austin Theory goes to New Japan. So now, now seeing that WWE side Bad Bunny and AEW side Kyrie Sane, that's a good time for me to simulate the rest of these picks. So this is going to be the end of our draft session. And let's see who we have for the rest of our roster. Jesus Christ. Of course, WWE with the largest roster out of everybody with 119 wrestlers. Their last pick was Nathan Frazier. And I can just see all the guys. AEW with 104 and their last pick was Joe Coffey. New Japan with 85 and their last pick was Daniel Makabe. In TNA with 64 and our last pick was Taya Valkyrie, but to see, because we only picked up to 50. Hey! Okay, let me not get hyped, let me just see. So from there, we drafted Dijak, Naomi, so we got Trinity back, Chavo Guerrero, we got him back, former TNA Tag Team Champion, Jade Cargill coming to TNA, Andrade, Cora Jade, Taz, Keith Lee, let's go, Danny Garcia, my guy, Powerhouse Hobbs, yo, we about to be cooking heavy. Timeless Tony Storm, Kyle O'Reilly, let's go! I love Kyle O'Reilly so much, one of my favorite wrestlers, my favorite member of the Undisputed Era, honestly. Bandito and Taya Valkyrie, so we have a pretty solid-ass knockouts division, and I did secure that tag team on the way out, so we do have a good knockouts division. And the X Division should also be doing pretty good as well. So we're going to go through and see our stuff too. As you can see, they got a lot of good guys like Buddy Matthews, Juice Robinson, Ishimori, Shane Taylor. New Japan got the good solid picks. I don't know about Ash by Elegance though. But yeah, and then it's just the Fed and AEW, they're basically having a damn nuclear arms race that WWE wound up winning on their end of it. While us in New Japan, we're just like, all right, we just getting our people and just going from there. So they have 85 wrestlers, while we have 64. They have 104, and they have 119. My goodness. So let's move on and the draft. 3, 2, 1, let's get it. And we have a call-up immediately. Yes, we do, from the training rosters, we can call up certain wrestlers. Sheldon Jean, I saw him on Impact a couple times. He's mainly been a jobber. El Reverso, the Shadow of Power. He's a face. Okay, dedicated worker. Dedicated wrestler, character worker, entertainer. El Reverso, interesting. And Vanna Black, quick learner, dedicated wrestler, risk taker, heel. I think the call-up might go to El Reverso because he has 2-star work rate and 2-star charisma, while the others have 1-star charisma. His overness rate is a 42, while Vanna Black's is a 45. And Sheldon Jeans is a 50. So, I mean, another name for the Knockouts division wouldn't hurt, but she's, remember, 400 popularity, she's a jobber. El Reverso for the X division, and then Sheldon Jean also probably for the X division. But we got young blood here in Vanna Black and Sheldon Jean. This is a tough one for the first call-up. I might give it to El Reverso for now, and then maybe call them up. If I get the chance, I might do El Reverso, and if I get the chance, I might call up Vanna Black next. But, I mean, we get call-ups every I want to say 3 to 6 months. But, yeah, let me do my call-up. It's going to be El Reverso. Increases over this by 8%. And as you can see, our injured reserve, Keith Lee's out for 1 to 3 months. Mercedes Moné out 1 to 3 months. Kyle O'Reilly 2 to 4 months. Bandito 2 to 4 months. Cora Jade 6 to 10 months. We got good names, but they're out for a long time. Especially Cora Jade. Like, and I know she had like just gotten back and was starting to like become like a top woman in NXT, and then got injured again. Like, what the hell? All right. So let's see. Go over here. Now this is the layout of the game where we have the goals, where we have, you know, wild shit to do. Let me see. Oh, our goals for the year. It says it gives me goals for the year to book, and it gives me more like in-game currency for signing wrestlers, making match types and stuff like that. So our goals: sign 1 main event talent, create a trio of Bojack, Chad Gable, and Ricky Starks, and make them main eventers. But Gable's in the Alpha Academy. Is Bojack and Ricky Starks joining the Alpha Academy? I don't know about that one. And hold 1 4.75 star or higher Monsters Ball match. I mean, I got a good amount of monsters on my side right now. We'll see what happens here. So now we get to book TNA No Surrender. That's going to be our starting point. That's going to be our first pay-per-view where we figure out what's going on. But let's go through the rest of the stuff here. Let's see. Chavo Guerrero Jr., he's a part-timer. He has 8 appearances on his contract. Following wrestlers think about retiring, being Chavo. And then the rest becoming part-timers. Moose, Sabin, Nemeth, Low-Key, Aries, Mickey James, Asuka, Sami Zayn, Tommaso Ciampa, Keith Lee, Mojo, Ty Valkyrie. Staff changes. This is for the paid version. I'm playing on the free version, so bear with me now. If I'm able to get the paid version, it unlocks a lot more like features and stuff like that, like separating brands and stuff, making full. At most, we can have tags and trios, but not full-fledged like 4 or more factions. There's a lot of stuff we unlock with the paid version, but I'm playing on the free version for now, and that's how I'm mainly going to be rocking. But anyways, let's go to manage to see what we're working with first and foremost. Let's see the rosters that we have right now. Our main eventers so far, we only have faces of the company being Okada and Becky Lynch. Ospreay's getting up there. Josh Alexander's getting up there. Samoa Joe, Moose, Asuka, Rhea Ripley, and Gunther. That's our main event scene in TNA, which is interesting. Then our upper mid-carders, which is, I want to say, the rest of the roster, honestly. Cora Jade is out. Yeah, we got a pretty deep roster. And then our only lower mid-carder is El Reverso, but we got to build. But I think with him, it would take time. If you have any ideas on what I can do with El Reverso, let me know in the comments. I would love to get you. I would really love to give you guys input on what I should do. Help me out with a couple booking ideas. I will take suggestions on, like, you know, wrestlers I should try to sign if they're available. And, yeah, we'll just go from there. But as you can see, we have our championships. All the titles are vacant. We have our World Championship Knockouts title, our X Division title, our men's and women's tag team titles, and the digital media title. So we basically, I can treat the digital media title as like a secondary mid-card title to the X Division title. And then we have the Knockouts tag titles along with the Knockouts title for the women's. So that's our main roster. Let me check out the rest of the other ones because we are competing with WWE. And this is what I was talking about with, I've talked about this with a couple people, like, off camera. So many titles for WWE. And since you're starting a new game and we're past the Rumble, you don't have a lot of this stuff. Yeah, like I said, Charlotte's out injured. 8 to 12 months, they're tough. But at least they have 4 faces of the company they can look after. to like carry the company on their back. Sheamus is out with injury. Strowman's out with injury. Minor injury and a part-timer. Part-timers. Out injured, but it's probably because she's pregnant, honestly, IRL. Out injured, Jesus Christ, 10 to 16 months. Yeah, Wesley, I missed Wesley. Ray Phoenix out injured. Chuck Taylor out injured. They got more of the injured guys than I did. Yep, see this big old roster they got? Oh, I forgot to check out my tag teams and stuff. So, to see what other teams we have, I'm going to go back. So, let's scroll through. So, I did lock down FTR, GYV, the Street Profits, DIY, the Creed Brothers, and Imperium. I have 6 solid tag teams, and there's definitely room for more. I need at least 6 solid tag teams for my divisions. I don't have any trios. This is the training roster. And, yeah, that's on that end. But, yeah. But as you can see, the titles that we're working with. This is the titles that WWE is working with. As you can see, all of these, Universal, Women's World, Men's World, WWE Women's, NXT, all the titles, they don't give you, they like, on the free version, you're booking them all on one show. So you have a boatload of titles you can choose from to work with, or if you try to work with all of them, God help you. WWE, good luck to you on that one. I mean, they have a big enough roster for all of their champions. AEW, you can see, yep, same thing. Look at how many titles they have. AEW World, Ring of Honor World, Women's World, World Tag Team, TNT, Ring of Honor Women's, Ring of Honor World TV, Ring of Honor Pure, Ring of Honor Tag Team, International, Trios, Continental, TBS, Ring of Honor TV, FTW, and the 6-mans. What the hell? How do you have 15 Yo, this is the problem that people have with AEW today. Too many damn championships. This is why I picked TNA. And now the titles for New Japan, they don't... I mean, they do have a lot, but it's like they've always had a lot. And started bringing in a couple of these new ones over the years. But then, my goodness, look at all these. World Heavyweight, Junior, Never, Heavyweight Tag, Strong Women's, IWGP Women's, Global Heavyweight, Strong Openweight, Junior Tag, Never 6-man, King of Pro Wrestling, Strong Tag Team, and the New Japan TV title. My goodness, that's why I picked with TNA. Less titles to worry about, and my roster is like at a good length to freaking not have to worry about so many titles and stuff. Where it feels like I could separate my divisions, and a lot of people can get opportunities. And let me see how my women's roster is looking, how big it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 women on my roster. I'll think about who I can make in teams. Let me know out of the roster you see who you would like to see as a tag team, who you'd like to see as a trio. I'm also allowing you guys to help me out with some of these. And hell, I might even have guests on this show to like help me with some of the booking. But before we go, I'm going to book this pay-per-view so we can get a starting point. So yes, now we can finally get into the booking aspects of things, where we crown our champions and see where we start this off. So, first and foremost, what I'm gonna do, in regards to the World Championship, best way to crown a World Champion, tournament. So, I'm going to book me a tournament. And I know I'm stealing from AEW, but it's just going to be the World Title Eliminator Tournament. I don't know why I said Ecumator. I cannot type everything. The World Title. This is going to be the finals at this show. It's going to be for the TNA World Championship. And how many do I want in this tournament? I might keep it to 8 because I have ideas of who I want. I'm gonna bump it down to 8, the top 8 for the tournament. And the competitors that I want in this tournament is gonna be Okada, Ospreay, Samoa Joe, Josh Alexander, Gunther, let's see, Nick Nemeth, Karrion Kross, because I did say I want him in the world title picture, and let me see, I have face, heel, because I want 4 faces, 4 heels, heel, face, heel, face, heel. I need one more face, and it's gonna be Sami Zayn as TNA World Champion. I would love to see. Those are my top 8. Okada, Ospreay, Joe, Josh Alexander, Gunther, Nick Nemeth, Karrion Kross, Sami Zayn. Yep. And create the bracket. So we have, Okada versus Karrion Kross, Josh Alexander, Gunther, Sami Zayn, Samoa Joe, Nick Nemeth, and Will Ospreay. That is an interesting setup for the tournament. And you know what? I like the way the bracket looks like this. An NXT rematch, a dream match of mine. This match would be a solid main event, and then this match would also be another solid one. Like, it would, and I feel like I could create some pretty good feuds to start off out of this tournament. So yeah, let's do it. Especially with the first round. And yes, it already creates the weekly show before the pay-per-view, because we can only book tournaments at the pay-per-views because it'll create a weekly show to play through the tournament and then add the semifinals or the final match to your main card for the pay-per-view. So to set up the main event of the main event, yep, that's how we're starting it off with the World Title Eliminator Tournament. And I say let's get into it so we can have our main event. It also gets to show you how the event is going to look. With this, yes, it shows you can either pick who wins, sim the match, let the game play it out, and see who wins, and you can add a finish. Like if you want something like, yeah, you can't have a whole thing like this. So interesting. We have interesting stuff here. We have. But for now, I'm just going to keep everything straightforward, call it down the middle, and just sim the entire tournament until we get there. That's how it's going to be for a lot of us. We're going to be simming a lot of the matches. If you want us to take control of and, put our booker heads on and see who we'd have win, let me know. But I like to keep things, fair and by the book, let the game play things by itself. So let's see. In the first round, Karrion Kross facing off against the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada. Okada with the win. They do 4.25 stars. Crowd interest is hot. Interesting. Matches can get positive effects that increase their ratings. Yes. And that'd be one of those things that happens. Their overness gets increased. Popularity either increases or decreases depending on whether they win or lose. And they'll fall into they'll either rise up to main eventers or drop to upper mid carders and stuff like that. And the popularity can go above or below certain wrestlers. So Okada moving on to the semis. Next up, Gunther versus Josh Alexander. Another dream match. One of the biggest dream matches I have in my head. Let's see who comes out on top. And this might be a feud afterwards. Josh Alexander beats Gunther. Smooth performances, 4.75 stars, baby. Look at that. That's a definite feud in the future for me. That is a definite feud in the future for me. Look at that. Of course, great performances there. So next up, I see both their and they both get like a boost from it, like their popularity. Both their popularity increases from a great performance, even in defeat. So let's move forward here. Samoa Joe versus Sami Zayn. Who moves forward? This is a rematch from NXT a couple years ago, where they went 2 out of 3 falls for the winner to fight Finn Balor at TakeOver Dallas for the NXT title. I believe Joe won that one. So let's see who comes out on top here. Samoa Joe chokes out Sami Zayn, the underdog, still taking L's. I love Sami, but I feel like that's probably might be the story of how he's doing it. Also, like how it is in real life, he's just gonna be losing a lot until he really pulls himself back up and gets that string of wins, and it ends with him being world champion. So we might be running the big underdog story with Sami Zayn, future world champion in TNA. But next up, final first round match, Will Ospreay versus Nick Nemeth, who is moving on to the semis. Will Ospreay. So Joe and Zayn did 3 3/4, while Ospreay and Nemeth did 3.5. It's okay. Alright, but at least these 2 matches did good for me. And now let's move on to the semi-finals. Being Will Ospreay versus Samoa Joe and Kazuchika Okada versus Josh Alexander. We got a face versus face match and a heel versus heel match, so it's a definite face-heel final. Very interesting, of course. But let's see who goes on. Josh Alexander, Kazuchika Okada, the Rainmaker versus the Walking Weapon. Who is going to the finals at No Surrender? Okada, 5 stars all around. Oh my goodness, solidifying why he will be the ace of TNA. He beat the current ace to show why he will be the ace of TNA. So here we go. Who will face him in the finals? Will it be Samoa Joe? Will it be Will Ospreay? Who's it gonna be? Samoa Joe beats Ospreay. They got off to a slow start, so that took the rating down by 3/4 stars. Damn. So they did 3.5, but they could have did like 4.25, but they had a slow start. But it is what it is. It is what it is. So yeah. Yeah, sorry. Again, have to clear my throat to pause. But yes, now we have our final set. TNA original Samoa Joe, the ace Kazuchika Okada. We have our... Yeah, I just deleted the... I don't know why it gave me this off rip for some reason. But we'll get back there, because I deleted the other save that I had of this. So yes, that is our final. Apologies. Yeah, it's still saved. It's still saved. And first and foremost, while we're here, let's change this from 2 weekly shows a month to 4, so we can actually have, Yeah, I'm going to download this save, at least. I'll worry about all that stuff later. I know you're seeing me doing this on camera, but it is what it is. But let me continue to book the rest of this show just to make sure that this game's saved. Okay. So now that we have our world title situation figured out, the tournament final being Samoa Joe versus Kazuchika Okada, now we move on to the rest of the show. And the best way I'd have it be done, first and foremost, the next match I have is a fatal 4-way to crown the new Knockouts World Champion, Becky Lynch versus Mickie James versus Rhea Ripley versus Asuka. For the Knockouts World title, boom, that'll be our semi-main event. And then, honestly, I kind of want to run back. Alexander Gunther. But I also want to do something with Moose and stuff, too. But we'll figure a lot of that stuff out. I realize I do have a lot of heels on my roster. I do have a lot of heels. So, we'll be turning a couple people face over time. So, next up, I'm going to have. Okay, actually, no. I know sort of what the order of my card's going to be. The first match that's going to open up this show is going to be Ultimate X to crown the X Division champion. We're gonna have. We're not going to be overdoing the Ultimate X stipulation a lot, but I already know who I want in my Ultimate X for this one. So for Ultimate X, we will have Zack Sabre Jr., who I might turn face, Swerve Strickland, Chris Sabin, Sami Zayn, Takeshita, and Speedball. Actually, now I'm going to take out Sammy. But now I'm going to give him a break because they just booked him in the tournament. And I'll throw in Rich Swann. So Zack, Swerve, Sabin, Takeshita, Bailey, Swann. Who else am I looking at? Anybody else? Or I might be good. Or I might be good with this. Yeah, I think I might be good with this for Ultimate X. For the X Division Championship. Yes. Yeah, Sabre, Swerve, Takeshita, Sabre, Swerve, Sabin, Takeshita, Speedball, and Rich Swann. Boom. That's going to be the opener for the pay-per-view. Under that, for the tag team titles, yes, I do have 6 teams. And I kind of want to just throw them all in a gauntlet. Let's see. Can I do a gauntlet match? Let's see. Or I should actually do something I don't want to go too crazy. It's the first pay-per-view. And I want to see how these teams do. It's easy for me to just give the belts to, FTR. I have 4 face teams and 2 heel teams. So I might just make it a 4-way. I'm thinking FTR. Did I get Gable and Otis? Where are the Alpha Academy? Where's Alpha Academy? Wait a minute. I got Gable and Otis. Hold on. Yep, Otis is there. Where's Gable? Yep, Gable is there. Gable and Otis are there. Why aren't they a team? I guess I'll have to make up a team my damn self. But I'll do that, off camera and stuff like that, just to add more stuff to it. But anyways, what else am I going to book for this show? For the tag titles, what was I going to say? I'm going to keep it as I might do another 4-way for the tag titles. And it's going to be, I'm going to do another 4-way for the tag titles, basically. I was trying not to do the same, multi-person matches over and over again, but let's see. It's going to be a 4-way tag match. FTR, Grizzled Young Vets, DIY, and Imperium. And it is for the World Tag Team Championships. Boom. That match is going to go, let's say, here. I like to get the title matches out of the way that I can. And then I want to throw, like, in some other good matches on this card, too. Like, let's say, do I want to throw in Gunther Alexander 2? Gunther versus Josh Alexander 2 would go crazy. Yeah, I think that's what I might do on this one. I might throw in Gunther Alexander 2. But I'll make that a feud. I'll run the rematch from the tournament. No, because you just saw it, but I'm running it back. I'm going to throw this between this feud. And yes, I'm going to add a feud to this. See, at least we have a few more feud options that I could actually go through. So, first and foremost, we're going to have... We're now for the in-ring ability. Yep. That might be our first feud. Yep, our first feud out of the tournament will be Josh Alexander and Gunther. And then under that... I should have threw Mustafa Ali in the Ultimate X, but it is what it is. I might save his debut for a hot minute. Next up, I want Sami Zayn on this card, so I'm going to book him one-on-one with Moose. And I'm going to throw that in here. The next up... Okay, I've booked 6 matches, max 10, minimum 4. So, open up with the X Division, boom, 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 boom. I think maybe one more match would do, and then I think I have the pay-per-view booked. So, actually, I might book a promo. The only promo I'm booking on this pay-per-view. The only promo I am booking on this damn pay-per-view. And it might be to turn Ospreay either heel or face. Because let me see who I... So, Ospreay heel. Because I had a lot of heels. Let's see. Who do I feel like turning face out of these people? More than likely... I mean, Joe's in the main event. Gunther's is a good main event heel. Other than that...
Wellness, female.
Hello? Hello.
Just checking. You know the deal.
Fuck that.
Alright, take care.
You too. Alright, yeah, it might mainly be Ospreay, because I want to set him up as always the top challenger for the title, so it's going to be Ospreay. And he just comes out before the main event. Let's see. I don't know, the squash. I think I should neutralize Ospreay at least, so he'd be a tweener. I feel like Ospreay would probably work best as a tweener. He can play both the face and the heel role for a top guy. So yeah, Ospreay. And I'm going to throw that right before the main event because he wants to come out and say, "Oh, it doesn't matter who wins. I'm still at the top of the fucking food chain." So here we go. All right. So I think we have our pay-per-view set, ladies and gentlemen. We are crowning most of our champions here tonight. And what a first pay-per-view this No Surrender card is going to be. And I say let's get into it. Just making sure that I got nothing else to worry about. Can't really think of any other matches I want to add. Think I'm set. Think I am set. This is my pay-per-view. I'm ready to go. So, let's do it. And here we are. They even give you a little preview for the pay-per-view, basically. Which is so lovely. Let's see, TNA presents No Surrender live tonight in front of a fully packed audience. Fan interest is high for the event, which is headlined by Kazuchika Okada versus Samoa Joe for the TNA World Championship. One of the most anticipated matches of the night is Becky Lynch, Mickie James, Rhea Ripley, and Asuka in a four-way for the Knockouts Championship. Other matches include the Ultimate X and the four-way for the World Tag Team Championships, and they actually do predictions for the show. So this is the game's predictions on who they think is going to win. So, they have Swerve winning the X Division title, Moose beating Sami Zayn, Grizzled Young Vets winning the tag team titles, Josh Alexander beating Gunther, Mickie James winning the Knockouts title, and Okada winning the World title. So we'll see if all those come true. Even though I might have to step in with my Booker hat on for maybe one of these matches. So, here we go to kick off the pay-per-view. Six-way Ultimate X for the X Division Championship. Who will be our champion? Zack Sabre Jr., Swerve Strickland, Chris Sabin, Konosuke Takeshita, Mike Bailey, Rich Swann. Let's see who walks out the X Division champion, and it is Swerve! Top rope, catch a five, catch a foot, what a driving pressure. Let's go! Swerve's the X Division champion. They do 4.5 stars. What a hot opener for the pay-per-view. Just what we needed to kick things off to a full gear. Next up, Sami Zayn going one-on-one with Moose. Can Sami Zayn bounce back after losing in the first round of the World Title Tournament against the Wrestling God? Moose? Not even the Wrestling God. No gimmicks. No gimmicks for Moose. He just wants to be the best around here. But Sami Zayn picking up the W. Sami Zayn beating Moose. They go 4.25 stars. Hot starts. Hot matches to start off the pay-per-view, which is lovely. Sami Zayn proving he can still be in that main event contention. And now to crown our TNA World Tag Team Champions, FTR, GYV, DIY, and Imperium. Who will be our World Tag Team Champions? GYV take the dub, 4.5 stars. Lovely. And they are a solid first pick to be the TNA World Tag Team Champions. And it seems kind of fitting. It seems kind of fitting that they're the World Tag Team Champions. And James Drake is starting to get over with the fans. That's lovely. FTR still always hot as usual. So, obviously the faces of the tag team division won't be the first champions. It's obviously probably more than likely the top heel team. They basically are the top heel team right now. IRL and TNA. So it's fitting that they're the top heel team in my universe. My journey of wrestling. Surprisingly, not Imperium. But we'll see what happens there. And then we have Josh Alexander facing off against Gunther. And I'm going to have Gunther win this one. Actually, lively start. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.25 stars. What are you? Match of the Year candidate off rip on on my first pay-per-view. Let's go. Let's go. And we starting off this feud hot. And thankfully, nobody got injured, because sometimes when I run these feuds, either Gunther or the other guy likes to get injured. But yes, we have a great feud to start off with Alexander and Gunther. Next up, the four-way to crown our Knockouts World Champion Becky Lynch, Mickie James, Rhea Ripley, and Asuka, who will come out on top and be the first the first TNA Knockouts World Champion of Journey of Wrestling. Asuka! What a shock. Asuka with the W. 5 stars flat. Look at that. Look at that. Everybody was hot in that match, except for Rhea, but it is what it is. Even Rhea, what am I talking about? Everybody had some good-ass performances. Rhea's getting over. Look at that. Look at that. Asuka being our first champion is awesome. Alright, and now we move on. Ospreay down to the ring. Uncharacteristic things, but he's still saying he's going to come after the world champion. It doesn't matter who it winds up being. And now the main event of the evening. The finals of the world title eliminator to crown our new TNA world champion. The Raidmaker, Kazuchika Okada, the Destroyer Samoa Joe. Who will be our world champion? The Rainmaker! Picking up the dub 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.5 stars. Let's freaking go. What a way to book a first pay-per-view. That is how it is done. That is how we do it, baby. Let's go. I'll mess with this heavy. I like this TNA that we're working with. Okada's our world champion. Asuka's our Knockouts champion. GYV, our tag team champions. Swerve Strickland, our X Division champion. That is a great way to kick off a pay-per-view. Look at that. So, let's move on. Well, I shouldn't say let's move on, because I'm about to wrap it up soon. Okay. Stop telling me that. I'm going to save the damn thing. Alright. So yeah, Okada, our TNA World Champion. And now moving on. We have the Wrestling Spectator afterwards. So, Elimination Chamber delivered a great show. Alex Hammerstone ribs Jack Perry by stealing his passport. In the washroom, getting an anonymous text. What the? So Alex Hammerstone stole Jack Perry's passport, and he found it in the bathroom after getting an anonymous text. I don't know. That's weird. See, Tetsuya Naito is the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Adam Cole is the undisputed Universal Champion. Orton, Naito, and Danielson put on an all-time classic. Rey Mysterio and Adam Cole tore the house down for the Universal title. Matthew Jackson, Christian Cage, Trick Williams, and Jimmy Uso. Mighty Mara has signed with AEW. Battle of the Belts was great. New Beginning was great. Nicholas Jackson became the Ring of Honor World Champion at Battle of the Belts. Adam Copeland and The Rock putting on an amazing match. Carmelo Hayes and Cody Rhodes put on an all-time classic. Nicholas Jackson and Shelton Benjamin, Kofi Kingston and Ricochet, all-time classic. Sonata and Sting. Oh my goodness. And nothing about TNA, even though we had Okada and Joe and Asuka winning the title in a four-way, and Gunther and Alexander beating the piss out of each other in a solid four-way tag match, and a great solid, like, yo, no love for TNA. I see how it is, because we're always, and I just got some good news that just made me feel a whole lot better. Mercedes Moné is ready to pull up to the Impact Zone. Let's go. Yeah, well, and let me just check the emails real quick before we wrap this up. Don't worry, I'll be there for the show. The rest of me takes me out of a bad place. I understand Speedball, bro. We all have those days. Like that's a genuine feeling, bro. Those getting lows where you just don't feel like getting out of bed. I understand, bro. That's genuine. Other than that, Mercedes Moné ready to go. Boost will be added to the new gimmick, and the change will be for free. We'll see about that one. But here we are. That is the best way to... But actually, before we go, let's look at how the other companies did for the pay-per-views. So, yep. Let's switch it over here. See how WWE did with Elimination Chamber, because they were talking about this shit heavy. I'll start from bottom to top. We have Pretty Deadly defeating the Good Brothers to win the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. That goes crazy. Brian Cage beating Orange... They did 3 3/4. Brian Cage beat Orange Cassidy to win the NXT North American Championship. 4 stars. Hangman Page defeats Alex Shelley, Malachi Black, Scott Steiner, and ACH to become Intercontinental Champion in a 5-way Extreme Rules match. That did 4 1/4. Matthew Jackson defeats Christian Cage, Trick Williams, and Jimmy Uso to become United States Champion. That did 5 1/4. Jesus Christ. Adam Cole defeats Rey Mysterio to win the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. That also did 5 1/4. And then Tetsuya Naito defeats Randy Orton and Bryan Danielson to become the World Heavyweight Champion. 5.5 stars. Yep, I can understand why they talked about it enough. Jesus Christ. AEW now. We have Kenta defeating Charlie Haas, James Storm, Dante Martin, and Francesco Akira, R-Truth, Alex Colon, JD McDonough, and Steve Maclin to become TBS champion. Even though that's a women's title, but it is what it is. Sting defeated Sonata to win the TNT Championship. See, this match did 4 1/2. This match did 4 1/2. My goodness. The BCC, Claudio and Eula defeated Hookhausen to win the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships. That did 4 1/4. Kofi Kingston defeated Ricochet to become the International Champion. That did 4 3/4. Long Island Girls defeated Decay in a tag team dog collar match. That did freaking 3 3/4. Nicholas Jackson defeated Shelton Benjamin to win the Ring of Honor World Championship. That did 5 stars. Cody Rhodes defeated Carmelo Hayes to win the Ring of Honor Pure Championship. And in the main, that did 5 stars. This did 4 3/4. In the main event, The Rock defeated Adam Copeland to win the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. 5 1/4 stars. Overall, they did a 4 3/4. They did a 4 3/4 star pay-per-view. I forgot to check what WWE did and what we did, actually. First and foremost, we did a solid 5-star show. 5-star show, and we get no love for the Observer. They did a fucking 5-star show. AEW did 4 3/4, I believe. Yes, 4 3/4. And now for New Japan, for their new beginning. So we have Kevin Owens defeating Zach Wentz to become the New Japan TV champion. Roxanne Perez defeating Io Sky. They did 4 1/2. Roxanne Perez defeating Io Sky and Thunder Rosa to become the New Japan Strong Women's champion. That did 4 1/2. Penta defeating Darby Allin to become the KOPW champion. That did 4 1/4. AJ Styles defeating John Cena, Jay White, Ilya Dragunov, LA Knight, Drew McIntyre, Finn Balor, and Eddie Kingston to become the Never Openweight champion. That did 5 3/4 stars. Jesus Christ. Braun Breaker defeats Main Event Jey Uso to become the Strong Openweight champion. That did 4 1/2. And in the main event, Roman Reigns defeated Hiroshi Tanahashi to become the IWGP Global Heavyweight Champion in a no DQ match. That also did 5 3/4. What in the fuck? So I can understand. And New Japan doing 5 1/4 stars. So I can understand. Honestly, we would be in 3rd place right now compared to how these pay-per-views did. So in order of how I'd rank them, New Japan won for this month for pay-per-views. Boom. They came in 1st. Then I say WWE would be in 2nd. Then would be us in 3rd. And then AEW last. That's how I would rank them. But I don't know. This game is going to be so weird when it comes to this shit. But let's see. Now, just to see where we are in the rankings. Yes, we're still in last place. Company reputation affects roster size. We're at reputation 6. That's our highest right now. New Japan up ahead. So we're stuck at the bottom with 21,800. So we got a lot to fucking of ground to cover up if we want to scratch third. Then AEW is in second with 70,000 fans, and then WWE in the front with 147,000 fans. My goodness. So yeah, we do have a lot of ground to cover, but it's a journey I'm willing to take, and I hope you guys take it with me. So thank you guys for joining me on this first episode of Journey of Wrestling, the TNA walkthrough. I've been Baruch. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, tell me what you expect out of this. Who would you like to see in TNA? Let me know who your favorite TNA wrestler is of all time, actually, let me know. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. So until then, love, peace, and two sweets. It's been real.